everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica. In today's video, we're going to be doing another Foundation Friday. And today's foundation that we're trying out is this one here from Physicians Formula. It is the Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir with jojoba oil. I have not actually seen this before in my stores. This might be old. I don't know. It does have a new sticker on it. I honestly just don't know when it came out, but I personally have not taken notice of it before. So I saw it on the shelves and I was like, well, I'll go ahead and pick it up. Why not? It doesn't hurt to give a new foundation a try, right? Anyway, before starting the camera, I did spray my face down with the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist. I also put the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer on my skin to give me a consistent base, as I do with all of my foundation reviews. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know I do have my own online clothing boutique. It is niminies.com. Link is in the description bar down below if you're curious. If not, that's okay too. If you like this video while you're watching, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below while the video is playing. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the foundation. So I did look this up on the Physicians Formula website, and it says this is the Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir. Looks like there are 12 shades, and I have the shade Fair, right? Yeah, Fair Pale 01. It does look very, very pale in the bottle, but the next shade down looked too deep, so I went with this one. So it says it's an ultra nourishing, ultra fluid, weightless organic foundation elixir that improves the appearance of skin tone and texture while delivering a sheer to buildable coverage. Personally, that's kind of what I prefer. I prefer like a medium coverage foundation, almost to a light foundation, depending on the day of the week and what I'm doing and all that good stuff. This does not actually have any other information on it. The rating on the website is 4 out of 5 stars. So, all right, let's go ahead and, sorry, I'm scrolling down through the page just to be sure that I didn't miss anything. Yeah, it says why it's good for you. Features organic jojoba oil, organic aloe vera, organic coconut oil, and botanical cactus flower to lock in moisture, improve the appearance of skin tone, and deliver a second skin airbrushed dewy finish. And that's pretty much it. So, all right, I'm going to be applying this today in 2 different fashions. I have a brush that I'm going to be using on the right side of my face. This is my IT Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush. And then I have this sponge here from Real Techniques that I'm going to be using on the left side of my face. So I did shake this up pretty good before starting the camera, but we'll shake it a little bit more just to be on the safe side. Foundations always say shake on them. So I'll shake it up a little bit more. And then we're going to go ahead and put this on the back of my hand. It is in a dropper, so there we go. I'm gonna do a full dropper. It is very, very, very liquidy. Like just moving my hand ever so slightly, it's completely running down my hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this going as quickly as possible so that I don't lose too much of the foundation from rolling off the side of my skin, my hand. I thought I had a scent, but maybe not. And it's definitely pale, so I'm going to be looking to use a little bit of bronzer today, but like I said, the next shade down just looked too deep. So let's go ahead and get this blended in. All right, so I still have some of the pump left on my hand, or some of the dropper left on my hand. I did try to build it up on my cheek. I'm getting pretty streaky on my nose, which I'm not loving, but I'll go over that with my sponge. It's very, very pale. It's even paler than my neck. But like I said, the second shade just looked far too deep. So let's go ahead in with the sponge. I'm going to get that on my sponge here, and I'm going to try to get my nose too to get the streakiness off. I'm going to need more of the product because, of course, the sponge soaks a good bit of it up. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more, and I'm going to blend this on the other side of my face. I'm only going to do half of the dropper. All right, so I think I actually probably got medium coverage with that. considering how pale it is, I mean, it's definitely showing up on my skin. I'm just kind of going over the whole thing with a sponge to even out the finish. And I think you guys can see how pale it really is. No worries though, I am going to use my powders and my bronzer to balance out the shade a little bit. If you're new to my channel, I do use powder pretty much on every single foundation review I do. I use two different ones. They're both actually Physicians Formula. They are the mineral face powder and the mineral correcting powder. I use these to either brighten or deepen my foundation just a little bit. Like I can't get like an entire tone, but I can, you know, get my skin to tone down a little bit. So to do that, I'm going to be using the face powder because although it says it's translucent, this will darken my skin a little bit. It won't really bronze me, but it will give me a little bit of color. So I'm going to be using my powders today, and I will just be dipping more into the face powder than in the correcting powder. And then I use the correcting powder as the opposite. I will use that to lighten foundation sometimes. I also will, if I don't need to change the shade, I will just dip into both. Pretty much 1, 2, 1, 2. And then it's fine. All right. I don't love the way it's sitting on my nose. I am going to be putting concealer on my nose because I feel like my nose still looks really, really red. Other than that, I think it's looking a little powdery on my face. Does that make sense? I don't know. This is supposed to be the Silk Foundation. Delivers a silky second skin airbrushed dewy finish. That's not what I feel like I'm getting right now. All right. It is transferring, but it doesn't feel sticky, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup. The time now is 7:56, so it's just about 8 o'clock. We're going to call it 8 o'clock check-in time, so I'll check in at 12 and then again at 4. I'm going to go ahead, put on the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, it is 8:19, almost 8:20. So it took me about 25 minutes to do my makeup, thereabouts. On my face, I have my two powders, like I said, and my little clip for this powder broke off. That's sad. But anyway, I have my two powders on. I have the... Oh, there we go. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind on my under eyes. I did put it on my nose. It's not sitting well on top of this foundation, though. It's not mixing well with this foundation. I didn't put it on any of my little blemishes on my chin, but on my under eyes and my nose, and I'm just not loving the way this is sitting on my nose. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a minute, and we'll talk about it. Butter bronzer and bronzer. And then I pulled out this Butter Collection palette that I have. And I'm using, the only thing in here that I'm using is the blush in Natural Glow on my cheeks. And then I'm using my Natural Nude Physicians Formula, Physicians Formula, what is this called? This is like the Shimmer Brick? Shimmer Brick, I don't know. I primarily stuck in the top portion of this right here for my highlighter, so that's what's on my face. I sprayed my face down with the Smashbox Photo Finish Centering Citrus Primer Water. And then I put the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil as my eye primer today. Oh, in my brows, I have my e.l.f. brow pencil in, I believe this is taupe. It might be light brown. Taupe, light brown, something like that. And then I used my Physicians Formula Butter Eyeshadow Palette here in Sultry Nights. I used the cream shade. It does have names. Baycation, which is the cream shade right here. And then I used Beach Beige in the crease, which is the light brown. And then Sunset Vista, the bronzy shade, all over the lid. And I put on top of that this shade right here, which is Coconut Kiss. And then in my outer corner of my lower lash line, I used Off the Coast, this dark brown. So kind of like a bronzy, neutrally look. I pulled out a liquid liner. This is actually one that I really do enjoy. This is the Physicians Formula Liquid Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum in Ultra Black. This is one of the few liquid eyeliners that I do like. It is a brush tip. I am able to control it. My wing got a little bit out of control, just a slight hair. It's a little bit thicker on my right eye, but my eye jumped. My eyes are very jumpy eyes. I have my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara on. And then on my lips, I have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick in a dose of cocoa. I think that's everything. I'm looking around my table and it looks like it's everything. All right, I'm going to zoom you in and we can talk about the foundation. All right, so 25 minutes in, half an hour in, I'm not loving it. Only for a very few reasons though. On my nose, it's looking very powdery, and I don't know that you guys can see like the bottom part of my nose here, but like all along the bottom part of my nose, and I haven't blown my nose, I haven't wiped my nose, I haven't touched my nose. It just looks very, very powdery. It looks like it's about to just like come right off my nose. I'm not loving the way it's looking on top of my nose. I did put concealer on my nose, not on the bottom, of course, but on the top of my nose I did put concealer, and it just didn't seem to be sitting well on the foundation. It's also getting very deeply into my forehead crease. Not all foundations do that. Some do, I'm not gonna lie, but not all foundations do that. So I'm not loving the way that's looking either. Other than that, I think I was able to bring the shade down just a hair so it's not as crazy off of my natural skin tone. I don't know. I hardly ever find a foundation that actually really matches me, but it's fine. Like I said, I'm just not loving how this is sitting on my nose. Like, that's my biggest complaint, is how it's sitting on my nose. Other than that, like on my cheeks, I think it looks just fine. It's definitely not like doing me any favors by keeping me looking young and vibrant or anything like that, but it's not looking bad on my chin. And if you've seen any of my foundation reviews before, you know that my chin is a major problem area for me. And it actually looks pretty good. It's actually looking pretty good on my chin. So there's that. I'm just not loving the way it's looking on my nose. And unfortunately, that's the center of your face, and people's vision goes right to your nose, right? Not loving it. All right, I'm going to go ahead about my day, and I will check in at 12 o'clock. I'll see you guys then. All right, you guys, it is time for my midday check-in. It is 11:50. I'm just a couple minutes early because I'm gonna actually go get some lunch here in a minute, and then I gotta get back to work. So I wanted to check in when I had a free minute before, you know, going about my day. So I'm gonna go ahead and step into the sunlight here and show you what my foundation looks like. I probably should go outside because it's actually not a bad day outside, but I'm just gonna do it inside today. So I'm still not loving the way this is looking on my nose. I'm not loving the way it is looking on my forehead in my line there. I did already look in the mirror to see what this would look like. I'm going to show you some other areas of my face that I'm a little concerned about that I don't normally bother to show you all, but we're going to do it. Just want to put my mirror down and not break it. So I'm not sure how much it's going to pick up. I do have kind of a double chin. I've lost a good bit of weight, but you know, everything is still there. But if you can see, I'm actually getting foundation settling in the line on my chin down here, which is really weird, right? And then right in here, I don't know if you guys can tell, it looks a little bit discolored right here on my chin. That is from the face powder that I put on. So, and I noticed it when I put the powder on, but I didn't really mention it earlier. When I was putting the powder on, it was really like, I would place the powder and I really had to work to blend it into the skin, which was kind of weird to me. And you can tell, at least I can, right here, there is a spot that looks more like orangey. That is the powder. And what's funny is it's kind of sticky. But I must have placed my brush right there, and the powder just kind of stuck to the foundation there. So I don't know that there's anywhere else. Let me look in the mirror to see if there's anywhere else that happened. I know I was having a little bit of problems on my forehead with the way the powder was sitting on my forehead. It's mostly just on that one side. But like, you can see on my forehead where I have a couple of like little tiny dry spots. I think you guys will be able to pick it up. Like right in here, there's a couple of areas where my skin is a little bit drier. Overall, I'm going to say this though, at arm's length, which is kind of where you got, well, you're like half an arm's length away. I think it looks okay at arm's length. It's just doing some weird things, like I said, with the powder here, and my nose doesn't look very good at all. And then anywhere I have lines, it's really kind of sinking in. So I'm not real thrilled with the way it's looking that way. Other than that though, it looks basically the same way it did 4 hours ago. I don't think it has changed much. It was already in my line on my forehead, you know, when I first put it on, so that hasn't changed much. Yeah, it's just kind of getting in my lines, which I don't like. Now granted, not many people are going to be looking at me from, you know, underneath my chin, but I still don't like it to look that way. All right, I'm going to go eat some lunch, and I will see you guys later at 4 o'clock. All right, you guys, I'm a little bit late. A lot late. It is 5:19. Yep, 5:19. And I don't like the way this looks. I don't know if I actually caught it on the midday check-in, how broken up this is on my nose. Sorry if I have hairs or whatever, but it is all broken up on the bottom of my nose. The top of my nose isn't looking real great either. It's looking very faded on my nose, and it's looked kind of that way all day. Honestly, I'm just not loving the way this looks. It's not horrendous. I've had worse foundations, but I'm really not loving the way it looks. I mean, my chin is starting to break up, especially like over here where I have those like blemishes that are still kind of like active blemishes, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's just kind of breaking up on my chin too. So, I mean, I am 9 hours in with this foundation, but it's just sort of breaking up in certain places. I hate the way this looks on my nose. I don't like it on my nose at all. It's all like powdery and breaking up on the bottom of my nose. Sorry, my dog's barking. And then the top of my nose just looks like it's completely faded. I'm just not liking it. So I think this foundation's like $17 in that range, like $15, $16, $17, something like that. I personally would not recommend this foundation. This, again, is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir. Maybe I used too much. I'm not sure. That really doesn't explain what's going on my nose, though. It's looked really bad on my nose pretty much all day long. And it looks like it's just worn off. And I haven't blown my nose. I haven't touched my nose. Otherwise, like, it would be worn off down here. And down here, it just looks like powdery and weird. So, yeah. It looks really bad on my nose. Let's leave it at that. It looks really bad on my nose. Anyway, that's going to be it for my day. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this makeup off and put on different makeup because I have an unboxing to film. So by the time you guys see this, my unboxing will have posted a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, that is going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and don't forget to hit the little bell to notify you when I upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below as well. I love to hear from you all. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I do hope to see you on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye!